Hi, Scott. ROCKFILE back with another podcast review for you. Let's talk about Captain America, Brave New World. It's rare that I don't go see a Marvel movie the day it opens, but I didn't go see this one. I just wasn't psyched for it. I like everybody in it. I like the idea of it. I enjoyed the TV show that it's the continuation of, but something about it and the timing and everything when it came out in March, I just wasn't really thrilled, and the reviews were kind of mediocre. And so anyway, I pre-ordered the Steelbook because I have every single other MCU Steelbook, and my OCD wouldn't let me not. But I honestly, if Thunderbolts wasn't good, I was probably going to end my Steelbook career and just get ones every once in a while. But kind of glad I picked this up because honestly, I watched it last night. I was really supposed to watch a Final Destination movie because I'm down to the last one, but I really needed a break. So I put in Captain America, Brave New World with a low bar, thinking, well, critics didn't like it. Most of my friends said it was meh. So I thought it was fine. As Marvel movies go, it's not the worst one. It's certainly not the best one, but in recent memory, it's better than the Marvels and not quite as good as Thunderbolts. I think Thunderbolts is more entertaining, but arguably this is a better movie. It's a little messy in the narrative department. There were rewrites, there was reshoots, there was all sorts of stuff, but overall, I thought it was fine. I thought it was a story well told. New director Julius Onah, who's directed a few other small things. How do these guys get $180 million budgets? So the movie, $180 million, went on to make 415 so far. They wish it would make more, and obviously it will on home video, but definitely not a flop, just not as successful as they probably hoped. Did make quite a bit more money worldwide than I thought it did. And it was entertaining. And as Marvel movies go, as part of the MCU, they really closed a lot of threads with this one. Little threads from the TV series. There's even a thread that goes all the way back to the Incredible Hulk movie that was kind of left dangling there. And if there's anything I could say bad about the movie is there's a little too much of everything. There's a little too much political stuff, a little too much villainy. There's too many villains almost at a certain point. I know one was brought in late in the movie, and he does a fantastic job. I'm trying to dance around spoilers. And I think Harrison Ford does a really good job in the film. So does Anthony Mackie, both those guys, acting their nuts off, not chewing scenery or anything like that, but I mean like really taking this seriously. There's a gag reel, which actually was not as gaggy as they haven't been very gaggy lately anyway. But you do see Harrison Ford cutting up on set, and it looks like he's really having a good time. And in some of the interview stuff, watched some of the extras last night, he speaks highly of it, that he likes the interesting way they tell stories at Marvel, and there's depth to this character because William Hurt was playing this character and the actor passed away, so they had to recast it, getting Harrison Ford. Kudos. But this could have been easily Harrison Ford walking through a movie, and I don't think he was. I think he really was acting. He's taking over the role as becoming president, plus he's got all that history behind him. They even tied it back into the relationship with his daughter, which hasn't really been talked about in all the Marvel movies since Incredible Hulk. And I don't want to give any surprises away, but there's a few special guest stars that show up within the film that I went, oh, I'm glad I went into this movie spoiler-free. That was pretty cool. And overall, the whole movie is pretty cool. It's a lot of what I thought it was going to be, the continuation of the TV series and all that, but it was a lot of things that I didn't expect either. I was entertained by the more grounded story, and it's definitely more of a Jack Ryan kind of thing almost for parts of the film. But when we finally get to what was blown in the trailers, Red Hulk, Harrison Ford as Red Hulk, I think the effects are fantastic. The effects in the movie, some are great, some are not so great, but all of the Red Hulk, I mean, it looks like Harrison Ford blew up to the Red Hulk, and he's really in that skin and doing what he's doing. Some of the other stuff didn't fare as well, but overall, I thought the movie looked great. The flying scenes were really good. There's some good effects in the whole movie. There's a lot of action in the movie. It's just under 2 hours long. It's got a decent amount of extras. They're all on the Blu-ray. There's no extras on the 4K. By the way, 4K looks and sounds great. This is one of the early Sony ones. I think Deadpool was one of the first Sony releases where Sony has taken over the releases of Marvel movies, Disney movies, and things like that. I thought the picture was great. It's a native 4K transfer. Looked fantastic throughout the film. They tried to make it look like a film, like an older film, like it was filmed on film. And to that aspect, I think they did a good job. It looks very theatrical and cinematic. The surround sound was in Dolby Atmos, which I found quite engaging, especially during the flying scenes. I wouldn't say it's as discreet as you would like, and they don't use the overheads as much as they should, but overall, this wasn't like a weak soundtrack like we used to get from Disney. It's a pretty solid Sony effort, both audio and video. The Steelbook's a nice design. It looks good on the shelf. All in all, very happy with this purchase and the movie. Won't be one of the ones I pull out for fringe Marvel fans. That would be something a little more bombastic. But if you've watched all the movies, this is another chapter in the story that you're going to need. And I like the short scene at the very, very end leads to what's coming. So I'm so excited about that too. So all in all, I didn't think Brave New World was terrible. I thought it was fine for what it was. I enjoyed it better than the Marvels and not quite as much as Thunderbolts in recent memory. Other than that, it's a movie they had to make. I'm glad they did. I'm interested to see where they go from here. Scott, I'm ROCKFILE. More podcasts are on the way, more drone videos too. Please like, share, and subscribe if you feel so inclined, and have a spectacular day.